Have you ever been distracted in a classroom because of other students? Have you ever been stressed out because of strict deadlines? Well, maybe I have a solution to that problem. Public schools do not always have the best learning environments or resources. Online learning, however, allows you to work anywhere you want and has endless resources. Not many of you know the opportunities that online education has. After researching countless sources and after taking online courses myself, I can say with certainty that online learning is the better option. Today I'm going to share with you why online education may be a better alternative route for your education. The first thing you will hear about is the problems with public schooling. Today's schools suffer from overcrowding in classrooms. According to 10 Reasons the U.S. Education System is Failing, published by Matthew Lynch on August 27, 2015, over 14% of the U.S. schools are over capacity. Overcrowding affects more than just the amount of personal space for students. It affects the learning ability. There are usually only one teacher in a classroom, but over 20 kids. It makes things more difficult when the numbers are so unfair. The teacher is not as effective as it would be because the teacher can't get through to every student when there's so many of them. Or the teacher is unable to give the one-on-one attention that every student may need. Another obstacle that students face today in public schools is the limitations of what they can learn. There are only a certain amount of teachers with a certain amount of qualifications, therefore making it harder for students to expand their horizons on what their interests may be. If a lesson or topic a student is interested in is not covered in a syllabus by a teacher, then the student will more than likely not be able to learn about that interest. Students are changing every day, along with their interest. However, teachers are still using old techniques from the past because they are not changing. This is a huge problem today because teachers don't keep furthering their education, which truly affects the students. Public schools also have certain time frames that students are required to work on specific topics. The teacher gives his or her lecture and moves on whether or not the topic is learned. According to the New York Times, The Trouble with Tenure, published by Frank Bury in August 28, 2014, he states it provides no accountability to actual students' outcomes. It's the classic driver of I taught it, they didn't learn it, not my problem, which is a common case with teachers today in public schools. Often students choose to goof off or they get distracted by other classmates. So it's not always only the teacher's fault. When you get into the older generation of kids, such as in high school, you get more free periods in study halls and you get a lot more freedom with your ability to do what you want to do. And so often kids will not do what they are scheduled to do because they have the ability to slack off and not work. For every problem, but because other students are around during the free periods, it becomes a distraction to those who are trying to work. Then self-discipline goes out the window and work never gets done. It becomes more difficult to stay on task when there is too much going on around a student, free period or not. So not only is self-discipline not a factor in high school, a cool and calm environment is not always available. Here's a picture of what it looks like when the environment is chaotic and not suitable for a student. For every problem public school has, online education has the solution. The number one advantage that online education has is flexibility. Students have freedom to juggle their career and schooling because they are not tied down to strict time limits, or a schedule for that matter. According to Straightliner, 13 Great Benefits of Online Learning, published by Beth Dumbold on August 3, 2017, flexibility is the greatest benefit of online schooling. You don't have to go sit in a classroom for countless hours and waste time that you could be doing on much better things. Hours in a classroom can get boring and long and dreadful for most students. But unlike public schooling, online learning you can do at home or at your job or literally anywhere. You aren't losing hours from your job or losing any sleep for that matter. But that's because you can work on your schooling at your own convenience. Not only is flexibility a benefit of online education, the type of environment is also a benefit. Considering you can do your work literally anywhere, students can control the type of environment that they get to be in. You can even do your work at home if you wish. According to The Conversation, Is Online Education Good or Bad, and Is This the Right Question?, published by Eric Fredrickson on February 4, 2015, a study was done by Elevation of Evidence based on practices in online learning, a media analyst and review of online learning studies, found an average that students who are involved in online education programs were modestly better than students in face-to-face classrooms. Online learning programs not only boost your education, but your career opportunities. To be in an online program, you must not only know how to operate a computer, but you must know the programs that are on the computer, such as Word, Excel, and PowerPoint. Most workplaces require at least those minimum program requirements and those technical skills. This is because the things that we are doing today are moving closer and closer to electronically. Technology is changing every day, so the skills have to change every day. Every time you log into your laptop or computer for your online education program, you are changing and advancing your technical skills. Technical skills are a big benefit from online education, but it teaches you more than just that. As self-discipline, time management, and organization are all skills that benefit you from online learning. According to the U.S. News, 4 Ways Online Education Programs Teach Real-Life Skills, published by Darwin Green on April 8, 2016, students are self-taught, self-reliant because there are no teachers around them to motivate them to keep going. They simply have to know their deadlines and organize enough time to meet those deadlines. Each advantage of online schooling should help you decide whether or not it's for you. Now let us go over what those advantages were. Online education is a better route to take rather than public education, which has a lot of downfalls. Online education brings you more opportunity to students as the comfortable environment and self-paced work and self-discipline are all benefits that you don't have in public schools. From kids to teenagers to adults, online education has helped people around the world and will continue to help them. Here's a picture of what a calm working environment should look like. And today I brought with me my schoolwork to show you that I can do it literally anywhere. And even after my speech, I can. Well, if I was logged in, it would be on here.